Hi, my name is Trevor. I'm a sound and energy healer, and the way I work is predominantly by detecting energies and also allowing to clear those energies and introduce new higher frequencies into that energy field. I use sound as a way of helping people to achieve a deeper state of consciousness while I work. So today I'll be using some high quality headphones and a piece of music, a piece of guided music and meditation which I've created in my studio, so that the client is fully immersed in the experience and their mind is not trying to think or get distracted by anything else. They're always consciously aware of what's happening, but it allows us to join the same energetic space. So I'll begin. So this particular session is 35 minutes long. And when we talk about the ability to detect energies, one of the important things is about the intention, your intent. So for instance, if I just move my hand across her body like this, her energy field, my intention is not to do anything. So as soon as I switch my intention to detecting, it's almost like I'm asking to use myself as a channel to detect, then you'll notice that the frequency starts. Now, this is something that happened 4 or 5 years ago. It actually came in as a gift during a ceremony I was taking part in, and I'm not, it's not something that I can read about or study about. It's just something that I'm intuitively developing, and as the weeks and the months go by, I'm learning more things. I'm being taught more things. So I'll show you. So my hand is completely relaxed, but it vibrates as if there's a stream of energy coming up, or as if there's a stream of water moving upwards. And if you notice, there's a certain frequency there, and that's around about 4 hertz, at 4 times a second, maybe a little bit more. Now, if you imagine there's energy streams coming up from the energy centers, or chakras if you prefer to use that, and as I move down the body, the change, this one's slightly more down the dantian area, and as I move down further, it's a little bit slower. So now I'm tuned into her energy, and some of it's quite high up. So as our energy bodies are different. You've got your physical, your etheric, your astral, and your emotional and mental. As I can move down, as soon as I sense the energy, or my body senses the energy, it's moving there at a kind of slower rate, and as I get closer, it becomes stronger. And sometimes when it's really strong, I'll feel it in my stomach as well. It's not unpleasant for either of us. But so now I'm just going to scan down the body. So there's quite a lot of energy here. Now, I try to stay in a neutral place, so I avoid asking questions and thinking, I wonder what this is about, I wonder what that's about. But most times I'll get information that will come through guides, or through just information that appears. But at the moment, all I'm doing is just detecting where the blockages are, or where the imbalances are. So my hand's just doing this by itself. And this is almost, as I can figure out, it's creating a vortex, and it's pulling information up. Now this hand starts to join in as well sometimes. So there you go. So it's almost like it's releasing energy from this point. And I can see that she's already going into an altered state there. So here, there's another energy point here. So just, I know you can't see it, but just imagine that you can see vortexes of energy going up. And if you notice there, it brings me straight to that point. As I come in, it almost like brings it straight to that point, which is kind of cool. So this is where I'm focusing my attention at the moment. So as I'm doing this, I'm putting energy in now. I'm asking for energy to come through into this point. And most of the time I'll start yawning, because that's me purging the energy, and it's just an automatic process, really. So sometimes my hands will just do this, and I'm just taking it out of the energy field. And I know when it's clear, because there's just no energy there. I'm detecting for negatives, not positives. That's the intention. There's another one here. So, you know, sometimes the client yawns, sometimes the client will have tears coming down, or they'll vibrate, their body will start moving. And it's once you start the process, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to stop here. There might be times where I think, oh, I'm done now, and my body will react to the fact that this process is still happening. There's lots of energy moving about there. So if anybody watching this that's skeptical, like I would have been beforehand, you know, I've seen energy people working, I'm going, well, that's don't believe that. And that's one of the main things, that when you become a healer, you need to be constantly asking questions, constantly be aware of how you're working and testing yourself. Don't just take things for granted. I don't fully understand the technology behind what I'm doing, but I know that as I'm acting as a channel, there's information coming through and information being removed. So at this point, if you imagine there's, like my hand's just doing its own thing, it's recoding information. So if you work on the premise that we're digital, that the system is a digital system, and that there's information coming in, this is recoding things within her energy body, basically. And I feel there are also guides around me that's helping me do this. So it's like they're working through me, so to speak. So it's a good thing that I'm yawning. So yeah, her eyes are going right back now. She's in a deep altered state. So now as I scan down, it's moved slightly. So now, so I'm just going to start clearing this from the stomach. Sometimes when it's really heavy energy, my arms get just tired, but it only lasts a few seconds. And there's also another thing that happens is that so I'm like, there's an energy center there, one there, and I'm just connecting and clearing these. So that's the frequency going there. It's the only work you can do where you yawn, you know you're actually doing the right thing. Okay. So I'm coming in from the head or coming from the feet. Now I can feel that tingling in my fingers. So that's clear, there's no energy there. See, it's bringing me back, see? Obviously there's a little bit more to do there. Yeah, so now I'm getting information that this energy center, the root chakra, is wanting to connect to the sacral area. So as they're all connected, it's a bit like a stream. You know, there's blockages in a stream. So the flow is, let's say, more stagnant at one end and weak at the other end. And it's just about bringing it gradually. So now this is connecting them up now. And sometimes as well, light language will come through. So light language is another way of energy coming into this space. And it sounds, for people who don't know what light language is, it's an ancient language, a universal language, and there's many different types of it. But ultimately, it's about the transference of energy. For me, it is anyway. Okay. Now she's going to feel better after this. She's going to feel lighter. Most people feel lighter. Most people also have profound changes in the days and the weeks following, because if you imagine that this is your physical body and your physical energy, the levels that I'm working at sometimes, it's on a higher frequency, so that takes a while for that information to come down. So initially they'll feel the benefits, but there's things that's in their future that's also in their auric field as well. So it's healing through different timelines really as well. Okay. So that's quite a lot of energy there. So some people see implants, some people see little creatures, some people see geometric shapes. It doesn't mean that that's what it is, it just means that that's how the information is presenting to you. And however you want to interact with that information, for the benefit of the, you could be throwing white light in there, you could be imagining angels around you, or dragons, or unicorns, or none of that, and just be channeling the energy, which is kind of what I'm doing. So you see this left hand now started to just move left and right. So I'm seeing this right down a hip now. It's quite heavy. And for some of you that are very sensitive to energies, when we talk about quantum time and healing, I could be doing the same thing from a distance. And the way I do it, I just imagine in my imagination to imagine her body there. It could be this size, and I will still get the same readings basically. And they feel the effects as well. But I do like to work personally, because sometimes when I consult and talk with people beforehand, there's some psychological things and some language that needs to be transferred, and there's a good part of that which is to help people and connect with them psychologically and as well as physically. So I'm finding it hard to speak because I'm in this other phase as well, so I'll try and get back to this. So there's quite some stuck energy there which is not moving, so I'll come back to that. So now I'm getting the message that I'm not doing anything else until I clear this. So this is a bit of a blockage there. Sometimes it almost looks like I'm picking something up that's alive, and it's just energy. That's better now, that's better. So as I move down, this is clear on the physical level. I'll talk about that in a minute. So now I'm asking my guides, I'm asking the energy that's coming through, show me on all levels where I need to put my intention for this healing. And now it's gone up here, which is out of the body, which is a higher level. So now I'm just recoding some information that's on the outer, oh God. Yeah, this is in outer energy bodies. Oh, thinner energy field, okay. So I'm almost like making a channel through for this whatever blockage that's in our energy field, just to be able to release. So I do this because this is kind of just tired energy. So as I scan now, just imagine that our energy field extends out, and it'll just pick it up when I need to. So it's here. one day they'll have technology that can pick this up, you know. What people have been detecting for thousands of years, that the technology will be able to do this. So what am I seeing now? I'm just seeing like a sphere, almost like a round green sphere. I don't know. Oh God. Just moving that into place. It's almost like it's come out of position. That's what it's showing me. Now sometimes these sessions are really dramatic. Sometimes the client looks like they've not felt anything and they come out and they're, oh my God, that was amazing, I saw this and saw that. It's all different. All you have to do as a healer, as a channel, I prefer to call myself a channel, is just to be present and be neutral. And whatever happens, just go with it, really. Right, this energy, I'm going to have to focus on this and get rid of this there. It's almost like I'm breaking up the energy, a bit like Drano, you know, what you put down a plug to break up the... Okay, that's moving now. That's going out, that's going out. So, I don't read books on things, so because that's other people's information, and though it's a kind of useful guide to some degree, it can also confuse you and limit you. So, but I noticed my temperature's gone up now. I noticed that there's energy centers here. I sense them. I don't see them, but I can I visualize them. They just come into. And so if I say to you, think of an apple or think of an orange, it's the same sort of thing, but the image is put there initially. So let's check. So that's cool. So now it's moving me up to here. Yeah. This is the stomach area, solar plexus. So sometimes this hand goes into mudras, and the mudras are just ways of channeling the energy as well. There's a whole science behind mudras, but yeah, they just automatically go into them. So now it's moved up. It's moved up to a heart now. So what I understand is happening at the moment, there's a frequency that's coming through me that's resonating with the frequencies in her, so that her vibration, her energy points are opening and receiving this higher vibration, really, and that allows her to go into coherence with my energy, and that's when the healing occurs. And I use this hand predominantly, but this one also is, you know, is just as active. It's just a habit, really. This kind of is more for draining energy off. There's different frequencies there. I don't fully understand how they work together, but it's getting there. Right. So now as I focus on the heart, I'm asking, is there anything else I need to do with this energy center? So then I get a yes. Okay. The heart is usually the strongest energy center I've found anyway. It's okay. It's okay. So I've just inquired, they've said go to the crown chakra last. And one of the useful things I used to do is that I used to ask clients to turn face down when I did the back, but I thought, well, if distance healing works, then there's no need for me to do that really. So I just scan underneath now. So you imagine that I'm just scanning where my hand is. It's coming underneath from the crown to the neck, to the mid-back, down here underneath. So I can still work with the energy that's underneath there. And it's almost like that's going the opposite way. So up here it's going one way, up here it's going the other way. So it's spiraling down. So it's like there's a tunnel going all the way through. And sometimes you burp as well when you're working. It's very much like the shamanic, if people work in plant medicine ceremonies, and you're working with a shaman, they'll burp and they'll purge as well. Some people are sick and some people go to the toilet, but it's all a way of getting the energy, moving the energy around. Let's just move down here. So I'm almost seeing like a rod that's connected there, and I'm just pulling this rod out, down through the energy systems. Again, it doesn't mean that it's a rod, it just means that's how it's showing the information to me. You know. Let's go underneath. So that's cool. Underneath is clear. Above. Yeah, now there's a bit to do there. So now I'm back at the heart, but it feels different. It feels softer. This feels very soft. It feels a nice energy, this. So this is just asking me to open this heart chakra, energy center. I know some people don't believe in chakras, but yeah, just expanding it. And I'm sensing the colour green, which is usually associated with that area anyway. So now that's just working nicely. These processes just carry on sometimes. They're just... So, where are we at? We've got the energy body feels clear now, physically. She'll feel lighter, she'll feel benefits of this. And now I'll ask, imagine there's like a Matryoshka Russian doll where there's different levels. I'll ask, is there any other energy that I need to bring my attention to within this person's aura? So now as I'm scanning all of the energy systems together, in my mind I can see a block here, like it's showing me like a dark patch. It doesn't mean that's a bad thing, it just means that that's how it's representing to me as a blockage. So even though I've not got there yet with my hand to sense it, I'm aware that it's coming. So it's there. So that's the energy there. Now there's many times I would question my own is this right? Is it just me making it up? You get past the point, you get past that eventually. You stop being self-critical and you start going, okay, this works, just get on with it. So now I'm just going to allow this to... So this session is about 30 minutes, so I've got 10 minutes left. As I'm just moving out of the field there, I suppose the best way I could describe it, if you were in a dark room or you had a blindfold on and there's a balloon hanging from the ceiling on a string, and you'd feel it, you'd be there, you know. That's the same thing. Okay, so what's this tell me? So this is code, this is information coming in to do with the future. That's why it's so far out of the body. So I don't know what that information is. I know the good things. I know they're coming through from a good source. Just to realign some codes and information there. Done. Got the words done then. Okay. And sometimes you just have to sit. I let processes happen, so it's almost like, you know, it's a bit like when somebody gives somebody an injection, you have to wait for it to take time. Sometimes processes start, and so I get the message just to let that happen. And yeah, let's have a look. Which is one of those moments now. So it's very much an intuitive process, and everybody has their own way of learning and their own way of healing, and the more you can clear your own energy system, that's the best advice I can say is, you know, be open to learning new things, and don't be so rigid in your disciplines, and always have the best intention. So as you notice now, it's just smooth. So for this particular session, that is, you know, that's it. And we'll now see what her experience is, but she's still there for another few minutes yet. Going through the process, really.
I would probably describe the experience as quite transcendent. I definitely felt like I went to another place. It was a beautiful experience for me, and I felt new sensations that I haven't felt before. I felt extremely relaxed and sort of elevated by the end. I could feel the energy actually moving in my body, especially in the feet. I could feel Trevor sort of opening them up and more energy coming in. It was like my feet were receptors and they were receiving energy. Also, I had a lot of energy in my lower 3 chakras that seemed to be moving. And then when he was working on my head, it felt very expansive. It felt as though I was receiving information. I feel calm, I feel at peace. I feel like I've had a sort of transcendent experience that has lifted my consciousness. I feel a bit more whole somehow, and I just feel a bit more content. I think when I came in to see Trevor in the beginning, I was feeling a lot of anger and a bit of frustration and bitterness and stuff in my body, which now has cleared away. And I just feel, I don't know, I feel like I'm sitting up straighter, I feel calmer and clearer, I feel like I have more clarity.
What if you could connect to your own inner guidance, to intuitively know what decisions to make, and to sense opportunities before they arrive, and even attract the perfect relationship into your life? Life is a game, and it helps to know the rules. These are challenging times for so many people, but there is an awakening that is happening, the type of which has never been seen in the history of our planet. And I know that some of you already know exactly what I am talking about. Hi, my name is Trevor. I'm a sound and energy healer. I had a profound spiritual experience 7 years ago, and since then I have travelled all over the world in search of the answers to the big questions. Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? And how do we find ways to feel truly happy? I have been fortunate enough to work with some incredible healers and inspirational teachers who have guided me on my own journey and have also encouraged me to use my skills as a video producer and musician to create a course that will really make a difference to people's lives. I invited Bea Horvath, a gifted intuitive teacher with over 15 years of experience, to co-write and co-present this unique online course entitled Heal Yourself. This course contains over 13 hours of professionally produced video, including 7 hours of channeled guided meditations and the Heal Yourself Companion, a stunning 212-page ebook that supports your learning experience. Some of the subjects we explain include chakras, sacred geometry, out-of-the-body experiences, sound healing, quantum physics, breath work, the pineal gland, light language, conscious relationships, and much more. We have also included an hour-long demonstration of our own energy healing work and special guest interviews with trance channel Elizabeth Rose and light language artist and intuitive healer Josie Fontaine. As you progress through this course, you will see how everything connects and how easy it really is to understand what really makes the differences in your life. And because this is a course for the mind, body and spirit, we have included sections teaching you powerful tools to break addictive patterns of behaviour, reduce stress and anxiety, and enable you to take control of your own emotions and feelings. What you will learn in this course are the fundamental understandings and tools that you will use in every aspect of your life. The course itself is divided into 7 days or modules. Each module contains 6 sections, where you can watch your videos, download the healing MP3 meditations, and your companion ebooks. Whether you're a healer already, interested in expanding your consciousness, or somebody who even suffers from stress and anxiety, there are tools in this that will really help you move forward in your life. It took over 7 months to produce. It's been a labour of love, and it's just been launched in February 2021. It's time for the world to actually wake up, connect, and do things differently, and I hope that you can join me on this course. If you are already interested in healing and the mysteries of the universe, then this is the perfect course for you. And if you are someone who just wants to find more tools to deal with their own stress, to find purpose in their life, and have a deeper connection with themselves and the people around them, then also this is the perfect course. You can also join the community, which is the Heal Yourself Facebook group, where we can share different ideas and experiences. There is so much information in this course that is so relevant that we know that you will be coming back time and time again. That's why we have given you lifetime access. It's time to raise your vibration, find your purpose, and heal the planet. And it starts when you heal yourself.